Hi, welcome to my fly tying video, the basics of tying flies for the beginner. I hope you've enjoyed the Art of Fishing page so far. Yeah, we're going to go over some of the things you need, some of the tools you need to start tying flies. You can get a kit, a beginner's kit, like from Cabela or Pro Bass Shops, or some of your fly tying suppliers. For good sets around $35–40. I bought mine online. There's a picture of it beside the the article on tying flies on the Art of Fishing page. That was actually a picture of the very first kit that I ever bought before I started tying flies. But today we're going to tie a simple nymph fly that I call the Pearl Peacock. It's one of my best flies. It's caught 5 different species of fish, and I'm really proud of this fly. I've tied it anywhere from a 14 to a size 6 hook. I've caught everything from trout to largemouth bass, crappie, sand bass, and I even caught a tilapia on it one day at a park pond. Anyway, I'm going to tie this on a size 10 and a size 10 hook that I get from the Fly Shack, and I want to show you how to do this. You adjust your clamp, and you can put it on the table. As you see, it has a clamp. You can put it on the table, and you adjust it to fit your hook right here with this. You want it locked down to start with back here. This thing will spin, but you have to unlock it first. But to start off, you want it locked. Okay, and you're going to put your hook in there, and you're going to take it up, and that's too loose. Okay, so you're going to screw this up just a little bit and try it again until you feel it. When it's about halfway up, you can feel it start to lock onto that hook. A little bit more. When you feel that, then you go ahead and cinch it on up and touch your hook like that, and make sure that it's not going to slip on you, but it's not so tight that you're pinching the metal on the hook and damaging the hook. You don't want to do that. All right, this is a thread bobbin, which you'll have 1 or 2 of these in the kit you buy, and this is what you use to thread your hook with. That also comes with a little tool that you can push down through here and put your thread through and pull it back through if you want to do that, or you can feed it down by hand so far, and then if you take it, put it in your mouth and take a real quick suck on it, and you can suck the string into your mouth, and you can do it that way too. Anyway, to start your fly, you want to start by doing what we call a knot. This is what you call a lock knot, or there's another word for it, but anyway, you essentially just lock the thread around itself, and you just go ahead and continue to wrap it. You want to lay a good bed down. You want to lay a good bed down on this so that it holds all your materials really well, like your feathers or whatever you're going to tie on it. But I generally like to start by wrapping it all the way till it gets back to just about the bend of the hook. And then I want to take it back up. I want to take it all the way back up. And I just want to continue to do that till I get a pretty decent thread bed. You don't want to build it up too much, but you want to have a good base there to hold all your materials on real well. Now I'm going to come back up here, and I'm going to stop just about an eighth of an inch or so before that eye, and I'm going to stop it right there. Then you'll take your scissors, which the kit comes with some good scissors too. I like to buy sewing scissors. They're really awesome for doing this. All right, now that I got that, I've got some hourglass eyes here that I got from the Fly Shack, and they're like 2.5 millimeter eyes. You get 10 of them for like $1.50. But you're going to take those hourglass eyes, and you're going to lay it right about the center where you put that thread, and you're going to wrap that hourglass You're going to wrap it about 3 or 4 times until you get it started on that hook. Then you're going to turn it and make it go across that hook just right. And you're going to wrap it several times to get it started. And you're going to start wrapping it the other way. And you start doing a figure 8. And you do a figure 8 around your eyes. And it'll hold on to that hook really well. And you can wrap it about 5 times this way, 5 times that way, or 8 times this way, or 8 times that way. Or you can just continue to just keep wrapping it that way. But either way, as long as you get the eyes, crossed with that hook just right, looking nice, and you get them tied down with this thread wheel, they'll stay. And I'll take it right behind it after I've gotten that, which they're pretty solid on there. And I'll wrap it all the way back again to the back of the hook. Alright, now I'm going to wrap it back up to the front. And I'll stop just right behind the eyes and let that bobbin sit there. Now I'm going to take these peacock curls, and I'm going to rip about 6 or so of them off there. Find some of the better ones. Get them counted out here. And about 3, 6 or so there. And I'm going to just pull them off. I'm just going to pull them off that quill. And I'm going to put them in, kind of get them straight. Get all your tails kind of right in the same place in the back. And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to cut the ends off where I ripped it off the quill. Alrighty, and then I'm going to lay those up there on that hook, and I'm going to start wrapping them. I'm going to just wrap them down and get them attached to that hook real well. And I'll run it all the way to the back. All the way to the back where I'm just about on that curve. And I got those tails sitting out there in the back, just like this. Just like that. Then I'm going to wrap it back up to the front. Then I'm going to take those peacock curls and I'm going to start wrapping them behind that thread and over, behind that thread and over, behind that thread and over, until I get up close to behind the head. And I'm going to pull them tight and I'm going to wrap them down. I'm just going to lay them back and wrap them back. Just like that. Keep my tail out towards the back. And then, once I got that, I'm going to do it one more time. And I'm going to build a little bit of a body up on that pearl peacock fly there. And I'll wrap them again. Try not to lose them. Keep them all together. And watch your hook. Can't get around your hook. Okay. And you're going to wrap them around. Wrap them around. Wrap them around. But this time you're going to come back and you're going to leave a tail. Leave a tail just about like that. And you're going to wrap it all the way back. Oh, I'm losing one. Keep it up there. Keep them back there. And I'm going to wrap it all the way back till I get that tail where it stays in the back. Just off the back of that hook. Oh, see, I'm getting away from it. I'm going to pull them back. You can wrap them down again so that they stay towards the back. Just like that. Alright. Now, this being a small hook or a small fish, I'm going to cut that tail off a little bit. I'm going to bring it about, a ½ inch back behind where that hook is. And I'm just going to nip it off just like that. Alright. Now, we got our pearls on there. Make sure I don't get no thread around that hook. You don't want to get no thread around your hook point there. Alright, then I'm going to wrap it about, 10 times or so behind the head. And I'm going to take my whip finishing tool, which you'll also get in the kit, in your kit, which it also comes with a bodkin that you might use for other things. I don't use it tying this fly, but I use it for putting on eyeballs on a lot of my other lures that I make. and it's a very handy tool. Also, you got a half hitch tool on the end of it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and by doing this whip finish, and I'm going to put my hook down on that thread, and I'm going to wrap it around the round end here, and I'm going to take it up and put the string parallel with that fly, and I'm going to wrap it around and wrap it around, about 6-7 times. Then I'm going to push that thread down, take it off the round end, and then pull it up tight until your hook's tight to the fly. Pull the hook out and cinch this up tight right here. Yep, behind the eyeballs there. And you're going to take that and you're just going to snip that thread off. Okay, now the namesake of the Pearl Peacock is a pearl tinsel that I use in a thread bobbin, just like a thread. Uh-oh, this one wrapped around. This happens quite often, but you'll learn real quick how to recover from it. Oh man, sometimes it just does it like this. There we go. Uh-oh. Well, okay. Well, that happened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it off. You don't want any squirrely, roundy ends on it. I'm going to cut it off and I'm going to rethread it. With the pearl tinsel, I pretty much can just push it through. Usually with thread, I'll use the threading tool to help me put it through. But this stuff pushes in here pretty good. I can just kind of push it in. Just kind of push it up in there till it comes out. Ah, I missed. Okay, so we're going to take that pearl tinsel and we're going to wrap it around that fly, around the head, just like we did. We started our thread to begin with. And we're going to pull that to the back, the dead end of the back, and we're going to start wrapping it with that pearl tinsel all along that peacock curl that we built our body up with. And we're just going to continue to wrap that around, and I like to cut this off at this point. And then I'm going to continue to wrap. I'm going to continue to wrap that pearl tinsel around that fly. All of it, you don't want to wrap it too much. Get to the tail, you want to head back to the top. Get to the top, you want to head back towards the tail, till you get that pretty well covered with that tinsel, so it just really has a shine and a flash. And I like to take it around the eyes and up in the front just a little bit, and around the eyes. It makes for a pretty looking nymph fly. And I'm going to wrap it around behind the head, about 10 times or so. And I'm going to take my whip tool, I'm going to whip finish it. I'm going to pull it up there and do the whip finish. Placing the hook down on the end, wrapping it around the round end, and laying it parallel with that fly, and just wrapping it around. Don't lose your hook. There we go. And just keep going around with that whip finish tool about 5, 6, I'd say about 7 times. Push it down, get it off your loop, pull the hook up with the tinsel, and then I just take the tinsel and I just pull it up and it just comes off. Alright, now that we got to this point, that's the Pearl Peacock in a nutshell. And I like to finish it off with some RV resin. And I like to coat these with RV resin. It makes it strong and it has a sheen and it gives it more of a look. And when the fish see this shiny little fly going through the water, they can't resist it. They just hit it. It's good to have a clamp that can turn a little bit. Some of the more expensive ones will just turn freely all the way around all the time, but you need to be able to turn it around when you're doing this, or if you're working with some kind of epoxy or something. When you start doing that, you need to be able to spin this thing around and keep your liquids on it even until they harden. I gotta fill them eyes, make it strong, And I just keep rolling around until I get a hold of my UV lamp, and then I'll hit the UV glue with my UV lamp, and this stuff hardens pretty fast, and it does a really good job of coating and holding your flies together. And it has a nice look itself. I think it increases the attraction that fish have to it. Anyway, that's a real quick basic nymph fly that I call the pearl peacock. That is a really fish getter. I really like this lure, and I recommend it for anybody to tie for the first time and go out and experience catching a fish off of a fly you tied or something you made. It's a really awesome experience. So I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.